Hi everyone, today I want to rank with you everything I purchased from Sézane in 2025 from worst to best. I did this video last year and it proved quite popular, so I thought I would do it again. Now I can tell you I made 11 purchases from Sézane this year. I'm not anticipating making any more, which is why I'm doing this video now. 11 purchases, all brand new. I didn't buy anything from Sézane secondhand this year, which is quite unusual for me. Usually it's about a 50-50 split between secondhand and new, and I spent a total of £1,490. I feel like some of you are going to be horrified by that amount and others are going to have spent far, far more. If you're brave enough, let me know down below how many purchases you've made from Sézane this year. In number 11 is by far my worst purchase of the year. I made this back in February and it was the Bella bodysuit. This was definitely an impulse buy. I saw this on an influencer, a creator I follow on YouTube. It looks beautiful on her. I had to have it. I bought it. And I'm ashamed to say I have never worn this, not even once, which is rare for me, especially with Sézane. Usually, you know, even if I don't get on with something, I'll wear it a few times and then I'll sell it on, which is the case for a couple of items on this list. But the Bella's bodysuit I have actually never worn. It's just been languishing in the back of my drawer since I bought it almost 10 months ago now. I thought I would rate these items on their design, their comfort. I've also tracked the number of wears that I've had of these items this year. Obviously the Bella bodysuit is currently sitting at a big fat 0, and then I'm going to work out the cost per wear for you as well, so you can kind of get a feel for what was a good purchase and what was definitely not. The Bella bodysuit, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 for design. I think it's pretty, I think it's beautiful, hence why I purchased it. I love the off the shoulder nature of it. I think it's very flattering. It's a little bit more elevated, perfect for a date night. I love the burgundy colour, which was another thing that drew me into it, but ultimately it's not very comfortable to wear. I gave it a 2 out of 5 on the comfort scale because it's kind of awkward to wear anything that sits so off the shoulder. You feel like you're constantly pulling and tugging, at least I do, especially because this material is so thin, so it doesn't stay up by itself that easily. So that's why I haven't really reached for it, although I am going to persevere with this one. I haven't sold it on yet because I think for the right occasion I would still really like to wear this. Cost per wear is obviously, I don't know, infinite because I haven't worn it yet, but we'll go with £95. In at number 10 is the tie-ins jacket. This was, I think, my first purchase from Sézane this year, way back in January. Now this one gets a 5 out of 5 for design, no notes. I think this is one of the prettiest, most beautiful items that Sézane has released in recent years, hence why I purchased it. But it gets a 2 out of 5 on the comfort scale because it's itchy as hell, and that's the reason that I didn't get on with this. I wore this 4 times before I decided to sell it. I did sell it for pretty much what I paid for it, so I didn't technically lose any money, but it was still a silly purchase because I know myself, I know I don't like mohair, I know I find it uncomfortable, especially because this knit has quite a high neck, so the irritation is all around your neck and your collar, and I just absolutely hate that. And you can't really wear something underneath to get rid of the itch because it's so high on the neck that unless you wear a turtleneck, which I wouldn't really want to do, you can't really do that. So the cost per wear was £46.25 for this, which is very, very high. But like I said, I did get my money back for it by selling it on Vinted. In at number 9 is the only other item that I've sold on this year, and it is one of the most beautiful items, can you see a pattern, that I've ever seen from Sézane, the Justine basket in the gorgeous floral print. As soon as I saw this, it was love at first sight. I knew I had to have it. I think it was sold out and I waited for it, and then it got restocked. I bought it, I was so happy, but I only wore this 3 times over the spring summer, and then late summer I decided to sell it because that is just not good enough for me, especially for a basket bag that I love so much. Why did I not reach for it more than 3 times over the spring and summer? I had so many days I could have worn this and I didn't, and that's because of the functionality. So for design, this gets a 5 out of 5. Obviously it's perfect. But for comfort or functionality in the bag's case, a 2 out of 5, because the 2 different strap lengths on the Justine just drive me insane. I really think it's quite poor design, especially for a bag at this price point. I could get away with it if the bag was £50, even £100, but for £240, I want those straps to be removable, at least one of them, because having the shorter strap that you can't really fold down, and then having the longer strap that you can't remove, it's just cumbersome and awkward to use. I know a lot of you love this bag, and if it works for you, that's amazing. I'm jealous because I love the look of it so much. But for me personally, I have better bags, I have more functional bags, and bags that are just as pretty as well. So I knew I had to let this one go. I feel like this is a case of style and no substance. Like, it's beautiful, they've put so much effort into the look of the bag, but I wish a little bit more thought had gone into the usage and the functionality of the bag as well. In at number 8, we have the only pair of shoes that I bought from Sézane this year. Well done me. Well, I bought one pair, but well done me for not buying any more, because I have said in the past that I've been burnt by Sézane shoes. I don't find the quality of them very good, especially for the price point. They do beautiful designs as always, but again, style over substance sometimes. And the Valentine low ballerinas are the only shoes that I did ultimately buy in August, just before the autumn season, in the red. These get a 4 out of 5 for design. I think they're beautiful. I love the almond toe in particular. I like it's not too round or too square. I like the Mary Jane style. It's a style that I already know I like to wear. I have a couple of pairs already. Love the red colour. Been really into a pop of red recently. For comfort, I gave them a 3 out of 5. The quality issue hasn't become apparent yet because I've only wore them 3 times, so I can't quite tell if they're going to hold up and last as I wear them more. And the comfort is kind of my fault. I think I'm a half size, and I think although they do fit, one of them is just a little bit snug. And obviously because they don't do half sizes, I think if I'd gone up a size, it still would have been too big. So that's kind of my own fault. Maybe I just need to avoid Sézane shoes because they don't offer those half sizes. But yeah, one of them just feels a little bit snug on me, and I think it's fine if I wear it for an hour or two, which I have done 3 times. But if I was going to wear this all day, I think it would get really uncomfortable, and that's put me off reaching for them. So currently the cost per wear is standing at £80, which again is eye-wateringly high. I definitely want to bring this down. In at number 7 is one of the only summery items that I bought this year from Sézane. I didn't actually make any purchases. I bought this in April, so quite early for summer, but I didn't make any purchases in May, June, July, and for most of August this year, which is probably the longest time I've ever gone without purchasing from Sézane, almost 4 months. The summer collection just didn't really do it for me, but the Rama dress I did buy. This one, actually a funny story, I wasn't initially that impressed with this dress when I reviewed it. You might have remembered the video. The pattern on the tiers doesn't line up and I didn't love that. So I was going to send it back, and then I think I had an event or an occasion where I needed a dress, like a casualist dress to wear, and I don't know, impulse got the better of me and I decided to keep this and wear it. And actually since I kept it, I've actually quite enjoyed wearing it. The pattern matching up bothers me less and less each time, and I've worn this 9 times so far, which, considering, you know, I live in the UK, it's not sunny that often, I think 9 times is pretty good, and I will obviously continue to wear this next year. So the cost per wear is £18.90 for this so far. For design, I gave it a 3 out of 5 because I do think the pattern not matching up along the tiers is a little bit sloppy. But for comfort, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Super comfortable, cotton, lined, breezy, easy to wear. Yeah, really like that one for wearability and comfort, which I'm seeing from this list always trumps over design. No matter how beautiful something is, if it's not comfortable, I'm not going to wear it. And even the things that the design is just kind of okay, if they're a 5 out of 5 on the comfort, I'm absolutely going to wear them. Number 6, we have an accessory. This is the Gaston scarf. I've bought a few of these over the last few years, and honestly, I always really enjoy them. They're quite a low-cost way to spice up an outfit, elevate your wardrobe. So I got the green, I think it's green and purple. I can't find it currently, otherwise I would show you, but it's the green and purple one. I've worn it a few times on my channel. I've worn it 7 times so far since I bought it in February, which actually makes it the lowest cost per wear on this list, but that's only because it was £25 to begin with, so it's £3.57 currently. For design, I gave it a 4 out of 5. I think these are great. I think, like I said, they're an easy way, a low-cost way to jazz up an outfit. You can tie them on your bag and your hair, around your neck, and yeah, they're fun. They're cotton, so they're comfortable to wear as well. For comfort, I gave it a 4 out of 5. The only reason I didn't give it a 5 out of 5, I think, is just because sometimes I feel a little bit self-conscious wearing a neck scarf. Don't ask me why. It's a silly thing. But yeah, otherwise they're comfortable, and I've worn it 7 times since I got it. Getting into the top 5 now, in at number 5, we have the Maggie shirt. This was an item I bought in February. I bought a lot in February for some reason. It's £110. I really like this one. I've worn it 6 times, which it is quite intricate, it's quite patterned, so I think 6 times is pretty good for a more detailed shirt. Cost per wear is £18.33 so far, but I will continue to wear this throughout winter. You can wear this in almost any season, which is quite nice. For design, I gave it a 5 out of 5. I love the pink and green floral. It's kind of like the top version of the Sézane bag, but just a lot more wearable because it has the same little pink flowers on it. Love it. For comfort, I gave it a 4 out of 5. The only reason it didn't get a 5 out of 5, it's very comfortable, it's cotton, breezy, not itchy, but it does have a higher neck, which I don't love personally, but I can get behind this one because I love the design so much. So overall, a good buy, very happy with it. One of my favourite pieces actually within my wardrobe. In at number 4, we have the Tabata skirt. I have bought a few Tabata skirts over the year, but I wanted one specifically when I bought this that was more of like a dark wintry floral. I have very summery ones, but not a winter one that I can wear with tights and boots. So I bought this green floral one, which does that job perfectly. I've worn this quite a lot. Actually, I've worn this 12 times, which I think is the highest number of wears on this list. I bought it in February, so I have had longer to wear it than some of these pieces. For design, I gave it a 3 out of 5. That's a little bit harsh, I think. I would probably up that to a 4 out of 5. There's no real qualms about it. It's not the most intricate or beautiful piece I've ever bought from Sézane, but I like it nonetheless. For comfort, of course, I gave it a 5 out of 5. It's a beautiful skirt, it's easy to wear, it fits true to size, it's like comfortable on the waist but very flowy if you have wide hips. I think this is a great skirt because it doesn't catch on your hips at all. And as I said, I've worn it 12 times so far this year, which I think is pretty high. So the cost per wear is £9.58 so far. Okay, we're getting into the top 3 now, and these are all purchases I've made in the last 2 or 3 months. I don't know if that's recency bias. I don't think it is. I think it's just because they're all from the autumn collection, and I love the autumn collection the most from Sézane. So naturally, those are going to be my top buys for the year. So in at number 3, it was hard to order these because I almost love them equally, but in at number 3 was the Marty cardigan. I bought this in August. I gave this a 5 out of 5 for design. I love the design. It's feminine, it's crochet, it's cream, but it's also easy to wear. It doesn't feel too much for every day. Comfort wise, it's cotton, so I gave it a 5 out of 5. Love wearing it, no qualms about that. And wears, I've worn this 10 times since August, which again, I think is pretty high. Cost per wear is £11.50. I love this one. In at number 2, it was really hard to decide the order of the final 2 pieces because I do almost love them identically, but I did decide in the end, for comfort reasons, that the second place would go to the Amelia jumper, which was my most recent purchase from Sézane just last month. For design, I gave this a 5 out of 5. Of course, this is my favourite. If we're going on looks alone, this is my favourite piece of the year, my favourite buy. Actually, in the last few years, probably. It's so pretty. It's just right up my street. But for comfort, it only got a 3 out of 5 because it is itchy. It is that mohair alpaca blend. However, because the neckline isn't high, it's long sleeve, I just wear a long sleeve tight fitting top underneath, and that kind of sorts the itchiness out. So for that reason, I don't have to sell it on like the Tyres jacket. I can actually work with it. So it gets a 3 out of 5. I've worn it 5 times, which I've had it, I think I've had it almost 4 weeks now. So I think 5 times, almost over once a week is pretty good. Cost per wear is £27, but that will come right down, I imagine. And then in at number 1, can you guess, because I'm actually wearing it now, my top purchase from Sézane of 2025 is the Naya jumper. Unfortunately, I think this one is still sold out. It might be available in the green version. If it is, I'll leave it linked down below, but I love this. I don't know, it's a simple piece, it's nothing too extravagant, but I've worn this 9 times since September, which I think is pretty good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 for design. It could be a 5 out of 5, to be honest. It's just a little bit more plain and simple than the Amelia, so I didn't feel like I could give it the same score, but I do love it nonetheless. Comfort is a 5 out of 5. It's merino wool. It's soft, it's cozy, it's comfortable. Wears, as I said, 9, and it cost per wear £15 so far, but again, that will, I imagine, be going right down until it's in the pounds and pennies. Those are all of my 11 purchases that I made from Sézane in 2025. Let me know if any of them surprised you. I would also love to know what your best and possibly worst purchase from Sézane was this year, if you have them. I would be really intrigued to know what your favourite purchase was of the year. If you want to do some reflection this early on in November, let me know down below. I'll also leave some videos on screen if you're not done watching. There's 2 videos I think you might enjoy. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!